Hi everyone, it's Pure Price Actions end of day recap on 27th of August and the outlook for tomorrow 28th of August, which is Friday. Firstly, unlikely I'll be trading on a Friday, but here's the outlook anyway, and before I get to that, do a quick recap of what happened today. So I mentioned in yesterday's video, starting with the S&P here, or indices actually, in the US, didn't want to be shorting below certain points, and this is the reason why, because the action today, you can see, just popped up and stayed higher. This is a 30-minute chart on the cash of the S&P. We've seen what we had Jackson Hole today, Jerome Powell speaking, and it caused all these up and down spikes. But broadly speaking, prices remained buoyant, and that's the important thing. They tried to break down after sort of mid-session, but they couldn't. They found their way back up to the top. They had a little sell-off towards the end of day, but there's decent support here for prices, and it may push higher. So what to look for into tomorrow? So what we're seeing now, in the last few days I mentioned that these pops up that we had were on low volume. So if you remember this little block here on the S&P between 68 and 45.50 were sort of on low volume, but what we've got here is quite heavy trading up here. Sorry, that's my Android phone kicking off as usual. It's got a mind of its own. Sorry, coming back to this. So up here at the highs around 3,500, which got tagged today, we saw some pop up there, initial selling off, dropped, couldn't find sellers down here, popped back up again, and traded around there. So consequently, the volume up here is pretty high, and I think this is the area to look out for into open tomorrow. I think if we this will be the deciding level, basically, this whole block up here. If we open on the top side of this, I think buying close to 3,500 again would be a good bet for up to 35.15.20. Okay. If we meander in the low half of this, then I guess selling up there might be an option, looking for a retest of this bottom area here. So it really is a case of seeing the open, and it's Friday plus it's month end. There may be some profit taking. It whips around a little bit end of month. So my gut instinct is that we'll have a downside play tomorrow, just because it's month end and markets moved up a bit. Just as a side note, when it comes to the S&P, when it approaches round numbers like 3,500, I mean, you had that initial sell-off, but there will be lots of stops up here. There will be a lot of people who are looking to sell this and have sold it around the 3,500 area, and their stops are going to be up here. And what I typically find is it's a safer bet to let it travel through that round number up till 35, between the 30 and 60 basically. So if I had to short this at this point, I'd look for a breakup above 35 into 35, 30, 60 zone up there. This is way off. I mean, it's blue sky thinking. We'll see what happens, but up there, and that's where I would look for a bigger sell. But again, not really interested in those big calls. This is more about day trading. So let's see where it opens tomorrow and see if there are any safe positions we can take. I still think this area down here that I mentioned up till 34, 65, 68 level is support. I was looking to buy any dips of that area today. It fell. I had a buy at 65. It didn't really hit 65. It just stopped short of that at 68, I think. And turned higher, but that is what it is. Moving on to the Nasdaq. I mentioned yesterday, this area here was just hot air. Again, same as the S&P, and if price drops there, it could just fill that quite quickly. I put a buy order in today, actually, just looking at the overnight prices and going into the open today. I put a buy order in at 11.849, which is actually around about here, which would have been an excellent buy. I didn't actually place the order, sorry. I had a level there. I didn't want to buy because I didn't want to take chances today with the unpredictable price action. It would have been a great buy. What happened is when price was, I guess I posted that about 1:30 UK time, so price is up here, 11.980-ish. Price pulled all the way back down to 11,850 and then shot back up again. Great. And Nasdaq, similar to the S&P, it looks quite potentially to be bullish, and this is going to be the area here. So this is where the heavy selling came. If we can take that out, this will continue to 12,100, I think, if we can take out this these wicks up here, which are above 12,020. If those wicks get taken again, I think this will continue to 12,100. And if not, then yeah, this is the area I want to see filled back down to 11,750. Moving on to Dow. Dow had a massive gain today. Dow did really well. I mean, it basically caught up. If you remember, I was buying down here earlier in the week, looking for a pop back up to this area, as I posted in yesterday's video. Well, it did that and then some. So it had a really good catch-up week, or catch-up day, I should say. And similar to, well, the other US indices, it's got this heavy block of trade up here, and that's the area to watch. It's going to be that simple. If we open above here, I think this continues much higher it's going to be a very decent ABCD pattern on the Dow, going all the way up to 12,800 potentially, 28,800, sorry. So there'll be the A, B, C move up to 2800. So there's plenty of headroom left in this if it can break these highs up here tomorrow. Back over to Europe and looking at the DAX. Well, as I posted on Twitter, it was a strange day. It don't normally get this way. You just have blanket sell orders on Ftse and DAX and just buy orders on all the US indices. But it happened today, and you can see that the prices, they were grinding down all day. So I was looking to sell against the high from yesterday, this area. I already had a swing short yesterday from this area that it scaled into. So that I pretty much closed all that out. And I keep saying 13,150, sorry, it's late in the day. 13,150, this block here was going to be the key level. And you can see how that worked out. So price tested it, bounced, came back through again, and went much lower. So, this is it proved to be a key area after all. And once it broke, it basically stayed broken. It tried to, you can see this candle here, tried to come back up into it and broke down further, closer to the 13K level. So this was a pretty decent trade. I think bigger picture on this is still a range. I think it's going to look like a rangy day up here, rangy area, sorry, from 13K up until 13,250. So it's going to be about fading edges, I think. We'll see where that opens tomorrow. Again, I'm not looking for big trades or any trades tomorrow potentially. Coming over to Ftse. Ftse again, I had a sell order today at 6,060 flat. It just about clipped that after the US Open, and it dropped. And I pretty much closed out at this area here. Again, Ftse is clearly in a range. So you've got 6,000 for 59.80 at the bottom and 60.60 at the top. And it's probably going to kick around that range until it's broken. So looking at tomorrow for Ftse, I would look to see which side of the range it opens on and possibly fade it. It's quite balanced in its volume, so there's no skew on one side or the other on this. And when that's the case, it's just a case of trading the range, so fading the top or buying the bottom. And that is it. Hope it's been useful. Hope everyone had a good week. I'll probably post some odd bits and pieces here or there on a Friday tomorrow in month end, but probably not looking to do much. So I will catch you guys here back on Sunday, possibly Monday. Okay, take care. Have a great weekend.